Alrighty, well, hello there. I'm Gemini.
One shareholder file can look simple until interest, dividend, thin cap, and buyback rules all enter the frame.
Before we dive into the interactive activities, let's map out Module 6 to see exactly where we're headed.
We're tracking an Indian company that urgently needs one combined tax answer for its foreign lender and non-resident shareholders.
Looking at the foreign lender's interest payment, what absolutely must be checked before we apply a concessional rate? Under Section 9.5, resident paid interest is Indian-sourced by default, unless those funds are specifically for overseas business use.
So, under Sections 2071 and 393.2, always verify the borrower, lender, end use, and your treaty documents first.
If lender-side tax is withheld correctly, is the Indian borrower's deduction totally safe? Well, we need to check thin cap.
That brings us to Section 177. This rule triggers when associated enterprise interest exceeds 1 crore rupees.
And here's the kicker. The excess interest disallowed is capped at 30% of EBITDA.
Keep them separate. Thin cap is strictly a borrower limitation. It never replaces your lender-side withholding analysis.
Now, shifting to planned profit returns. When a non-resident shareholder gets a dividend, what source and rate sections open?
Tracing this inbound dividend flow, it triggers a 20% rate, or just 10% for IFSC units.
Then there's Section 148, an intercorporate deduction for domestic companies linked directly to Section 263(1) due dates.
But remember, claiming that domestic Section 148 deduction doesn't magically erase your cross-border withholding obligations.
A cross-border buyback note might look like simple dividend withholding at first glance, but what needs checking first?
You absolutely must separate ordinary dividends from the Section 69 buyback and Section 68 liquidation provisions.
Always flag the Finance Act 2026 amendments here to ensure you're applying the correct rate and surcharge frameworks.
By the time you finish, 3 capabilities should become clear.
1. Keep lender-side source and borrower-side deduction limitation separate.
2. Analyze dividend flows without missing withholding or Section 148.
3. Avoid treating buyback or liquidation as ordinary dividend-only payments.
Let's begin the module interactions.